Hello everybody, welcome to another Zabbix video. This time we will talk about how to summarize the configuration file of proxy. We can have like multiple Zabbix proxies running, and in this video I will guide how to create a dashboard which kind of highlights what custom settings Zabbix proxy is running at the moment. So yeah, we can think about how to fine-tune or how to make proxy servers more unified. Okay, let's start with the template, and the template will be summarize Zabbix proxy.conf. Did I spell it correctly? Not sure. And this will be modules. Click, and that's everything. Add. Inside this template there will be an item who picks up the proxy configuration file. If we click here the wizard and search .contents, this is the one. This key is a native item key, native to agent, and we will read etc zabbix proxy.conf, and I will put here a comma just to make this item key more unique for my test. So this will pick up the read the raw config. Obviously this tutorial is not applicable to the proxy which runs via Docker container, because the container does not have agent to read the, at least out from the box it does not have agent to pick up the config. Let's set the custom interval 6 seconds, and for me I prefer to store some temporary data inside the log table. Okay, add. While this item is sitting here, I will apply it on the host group, data collection. Here I have bunch of proxies, mass update and link template, and here Zabbix proxy.conf. This is the template. Add. So now the template is running on some of the proxies. Going back to the modifications, so this is an item key which is really reading the raw config, and we will see that in a moment. I would like to locate the active lines, and it's doable with the help of JavaScript preprocessing. So here click three dots, create dependent item, and I will call it active lines, like the ones with the hashtag, without the hashtag. Those are treated as active lines. Here, and pre-processing, here we would navigate to the JavaScript, and the magical snippet is over here. So what it does is in the line number 2, it is reading all the config and doing a global multi-line searching and look for the lines who does not start with a hashtag. The line should start with some real letters from A to Z, and not even numbers. None of the settings in the proxy config is starting with the numbers. So these are real settings which start with the alphabetical letters, and then there should be equal sign definitely, and then some sort of value. So it will pick up all those lines who does not hold any hashtag inside, and then we have a separate element in here to read what is before the equal sign, and we will store that as a setting, and then another one read what is stored after the equal sign, and we will put that as a value. Okay, so this will be the copy, and we will put this snippet over here. Apply and add. Let's open the latest data page. Let's open actually here, click and search for Zabbix proxies. I really wanted to maybe label the items somewhere. So let's set it raw Zabbix proxy add, and the other one is this raw Zabbix proxy. So this is the raw input to work with the data, and let's search if it is working so far. Zabbix proxies and raw, like this. And we see, so this is the raw config, just to explain how it works. Here we see like the normal config, we see the proxy is working in the passive mode and everything is here. And by active line, I mean like a line which starts with an alphabetic character. This is not alphabetic character, so it will read only like this line and that line and this line. If we click the back and we see the JSON is there, and this is how the JSON looks like. Practically it solves already the problem. It is picking up the so-called setting, proxy mode, and inside the value field, that's the actual value. Now we are a little bit far away from the dashboard, so need to create dependent items and deal with, like, create an item prototype which will create more items. To do so, I'm sitting here in the template. I have this JSON object, active lines, and we can click three dots, create dependent discovery rule. I will call it something like conf. Okay, LLD macro hashtag setting, and here $, dot, and I prefer to put in the square brackets setting. Copy, like this would work as well, like if we use setting, but it's not a universal syntax. Like whenever you will have a JSON which is having like a space in the element name, it's better to stick with this syntax, and we can have like here element, and this is very universal syntax. It will always work. That's the reason why I'm choosing to use this. Setting, okay, add, and now the actual item prototype. Click. The item prototype will be linked. First of all, it will rely on the frequency of the master data, and we would link that JSON, not the raw text not the raw text, but the JSON. Okay, and this will be called like setting, and in the square brackets we can have like setting, click, and square brackets end, and in the name we can put like this setting. Okay, and click, and here the tag will be conf Zabbix proxy, and the pre-processing must be JSON path, and the JSON path, okay, let's clarify. Okay, I actually forgot to what's the JSON path. Let's use the backup of my scenario, and this is the JSON path. Like what we are locating inside the JSON input, there is an like position which is pointing to the setting. Then we are matching with the LLD macro, which can be like value cache or start pollers. And then what we are doing is there was an element in the JSON tree called value, and that's the reason why here is the value, and then it just unpacks that value. And this must be character type of situation. Okay, conf Zabbix proxy, everything is ready. Add, and very soon, since the data collection is every 6 seconds or every 12 seconds, let's see again, every 6 seconds. So the since the proxy is reporting back data, it should eventually come. Okay, apply. This is still the raw data. If we replace here raw with the conf, which was the tag for one thing, apply, not yet coming, and let's maybe apply here again, starting to troubleshoot the situation. Conf item prototypes, setting, click value first. Okay, apply. Oh, okay, not working. Let's now have a look on one of the proxy servers. Click, and this is one of them, and it's having a typo, some sort of error, invalid value for pre-processing step, value first. How did I name the elements? Setting value. And okay, first of all, setting does extract fine, no problems there. It expands correctly. It almost feels like okay, unsupported construct in JSON parse starting with a log file size. Okay, data collection, templates, click items, a dependent item. It works with the JSON input, pre-processing, setting value first. Okay, let's try the simulation. Visiting the latest data page, click, and going back to the raw. This is the raw config. It is here in full. Copy, and if we click the test now, paste. And how about proxy mode? Apply. This is the proxy mode. Click. Okay, we are very close to figuring out what's the problem. Setting proxy mode okay, it expands. Proxy mode yeah, I have a feeling the value is reserved keyword. Okay, to prove my point, if that's the case, let's visit the template over here. Click items, and this is the JSON pre-processing, and I will call it the value. Apply, update. Now going here in the item section, and we will call the value, and just let's simulate again. Click, and the simulation data is here. This is the input, and let's try with the single setting here, the value, and this will be the element. Apply, and it should not fail. Click. The value unsupported construct in JSON starting with proxy mode. Click JSON path. What is the problem with this space? Click. Let's try to remove this guy. Click. Okay, that's even more interesting. Setting, click, and setting, click, test. Cannot extract proxy mode. the value construct, starting with the proxy mode. What? There was 2 times single quotes. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, that's serious problem. Cancel. And going here, single quote, testing again the simulation, grabbing the raw data over here, and click. And now the value, okay, that's already expanding correctly. And if we take the value over here, put it here, test, almost working, but okay, now value match the path because I'm targeting the value, not the value. The value, click and test again. Okay, it does not fail. Update the prototype. Alright, then 10 seconds later, it should now produce something over here. Apply. The data is there. I mean, the items are there, but the data should arrive only 6 seconds later, and voila, yeah, it works. Okay, the final step is the dashboard. Dashboards, create dashboard, summary of Zabbix proxy.conf, apply, and this will be the widget. We will use data overview for the task, and we should target conf Zabbix proxy, and here equals, okay, and that's everything. Add one checkbox here over here, apply, and voila, now it works much better, but it's a little bit boring in this situation because only one proxy is reporting data, but eventually it should be more proxies. Let's have a look if that other hosts are using the same template. Here, summarize Zabbix proxy. Let's put this correctly. Summarize. And dashboards. And where is the data? It should eventually come. Apply. Click. Conf. Maybe here we can target Zabbix proxies. Click. Apply. Aha! Much better. And that's the final product. We have running bunch of proxies. The configuration file is located in the etc Zabbix proxy conf, and it picks up the raw file. Now, like in logically, we should keep it not so frequent. How about like instead of 6 hours, but only 8 hours, and maybe even introduce discard unchanged with heartbeat, like this, and also do not store history, like this, update. And for the JSON, since it's not consuming too much text, I would prefer to keep this history on, but still introduce some little bit. Okay, it's a little bit risky to introduce discard unchanged, otherwise we will need to wait 2 days for the dashboard to really draw the full picture. Okay, so the raw data collection only every 8 hours, and this item will produce the JSON, and the outcome is this, how it looks on full screen, like this in the kiosk mode. Alright. That is everything for this tutorial. If you find this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, and thanks for watching.